everybody? It's your boy Matt, and so I've been wanting to make this video. What's in my pocket? Oh, receipt. Get out of here. This video I've been trying to make it for like a while, and before I do that, I gotta go let this cat out. Hold on a second. All right, sorry about that. I legitimately had to go and cat sit for like not even like what, like 8 minutes. Just go in and just clean it up. Simple husbandry. But let's get back to what we were talking about. Spent a day in Quito, Ecuador, and I'll do a whole video on that, and I'll do like show you the videos, pictures I saw from there, because honestly it's a beautiful city, very beautiful city. And when we got up the next day and we had to go to the airport, I was cold, so I took this poncho I got, and I wore it like almost every day, and I probably just like, you know what. So I was in Ecuador and I got this poncho. Really cool in my opinion. I thought it was really awesome, and this thing came in clutch because those flights were really long, and I didn't want to carry around a blanket, so I just wore this. I was straight chilling with this, and I was rocking this. It's really comfy to wear. So I'll be wearing this for the remainder of this video. So let's get back to it. So once we left Guayaquil, like mind you, I walked into the airport like this, backpack on, suitcase. I ready to snooze. I was so ready, and we got to the airplane, and we got on, and we were just like, we had to wait for like maybe like 2 hours, and then we got on. I got my seat. I did not have any really bad seats at all. Like most of the people I sat next to was either my aunt or some strangers, and they're pretty decent people. I had like a few conversations with some of them. One of them was this Middle Eastern guy, and he saw us watching Avatar, and I was drawing a little bit, and he's like, "Oh, you're good," and like strong like Middle Eastern accent, like just like, "Oh, you draw good." I'm like, "Oh, thank you. You draw," and like he's like, "I draw a little bit." He took the paper. When I tell you, this man sketched the person that was sitting across from us, like perfectly, with just like this ballpoint pen that I had. It was like a pen like this. I gave him this, and he drew that person's face perfectly. Like, never saw this man again. I was like, wow, that is so cool. So once we left Guayaquil, we finally got up in the air. We were on that flight for I think maybe 4 or 5, maybe 7 hours. Like it was a good long time. I don't remember the exact flight. Like I might have to ask my aunt. Because keep in mind, we were on that flight so long, I watched both the first and second Avatar movie full on through. Like, I didn't stop, just back to back. And I watched them completely, even knocked out a little bit, and then woke up and proceeded and still finished the movies. And so once we got there, keep in mind, when I first when anyone or even myself thought about the Galapagos, I'm thinking like dense jungles, like beaches, like that's what I was thinking. But we get to this airport that's located here, and I'll pull it up for you guys, like right here. And so I'm thinking like this little spot right above like the Galapagos, like one of the islands, because the Galapagos is comprised of multiple islands. So when you say the Galapagos, like which island were you on? Like there's multiple islands, and so I believe we were on Santa Cruz, I think it was. Yeah, let me double check that. Now, keep in mind, once we got down, like we saw land iguanas like crawling over the place, like even to the point where you didn't have to like really look for them, like they would just be right there. And like if you don't like reptiles, don't go to the Galapagos. Don't do it, because you're gonna be losing your mind at the airport. And I think my mother was there; she would be losing her ever loving mind, because they're everywhere and they just have no fear of people. And the reason why they have no fear of people, because they know darn well that people can't touch them. Now, this is a rule I need you to like get ingrained in your head when you go to the Galapagos. It's a law there. You cannot touch any of the animals. Sea life, ocean life, land, terrestrial, aerial. You cannot touch any animals. Under no circumstances can you ever touch the animals. It doesn't matter if they're right there in front of you, on the beach, on a bench chair. It does not matter. You cannot touch them under any circumstances. So they've grown most of them have grown pretty like comfortable around people, because they know people can't touch them. And so with that in mind, we also get to the airport, and it's something they also take very seriously is contraband. They do not tolerate it. And so even with that, I want you to see something. So like, check this out. And so look at this right here, okay? Yeah. So that is a Belgian Malinois. This is in the airport. We just got through customs. Like they checked our passports, they scanned our bags. Now we don't have our bags yet. We can't touch like our carry-on yet. The dog gets to sniff it first. And this is no joke. Like look at this dog. Like look at him. Like so they let the dog out and he basically sniffed everyone's luggage. Now if any of you don't know, that's a Belgian Malinois. That is one dog you will never catch me ever trying to go toe to toe with. I don't care what the circumstances. If a police officer tells me,
"Oh, surrender."
like I didn't do anything.
We have a canine unit.
What canine? German Shepherd? Pfft, I'll fight him.
Oh, we got a Belgian Malinois.
Oh my god! I'm laying down face first on the ground. Do not let the dog on me because that dog's going to tear me apart. It will tear you apart, I guarantee it. Because they love what they do and they'll tear you apart. So the dog walks on everyone's luggage. Like it jumps up, sniffs everyone. It sniffed out 3 pieces of luggage from like different parts, and whoever it was, it stopped on. They grabbed that luggage and like whoever this is, come with us. They ushered them away and like you never saw them again. Ooh, they just probably talked to them because they don't want you bringing any invasive species, anything, any bugs, nothing. They don't want you bringing nothing on that island. It doesn't matter what it is, alive, dead. They don't want it. So after that, we waited for a couple hours, and then we finally got our bus, and our bus took us to this Galapagos tortoise sanctuary, which was really cool. So like we got to like see the different biomes. So like, the biome on the island like that we went to, it's like here. This is a map of the island that we were on. So that's the airport, and then this was our island. I believe that's Santa Cruz. I believe it is. Yeah, and so we had to take a ferry to the main island, which at that time I'm looking up, I'm seeing birds in the sky. I'm like, oh my god, those are frigate birds. I thought I wouldn't be able to see them because they said that, oh, they're migrating routes, like they migrate through. I'm like, oh, nope, they're nesting there, and there are so many of them all over the place. I thought that was the one bird I wouldn't be able to see. So the frigate bird looks like this. This is what it looks like. They are these all black birds. They look like a big black seagull, and they have like these very sharp wings, like point, like to a point. And so the thing about them is they have this big red throat pouch that they inflate to like attract the female. And so the bigger than the redder your throat is, the better chance you have of finding a mate. And so with this is that one thing about them is the reason why they're called frigate birds is because their wings aren't waterproof, so they can't catch food in the ocean. They have to scavenge off others or pick a fish out that jumps out of the water. So with them is that they just can't go in the water, otherwise their wings will get wet. And so they're also called pirate birds because they steal a lot of their food from other animals. And so that's interesting. Also with them is that they are one of the only birds that I know of off the top of my head that sleep while flying. They have a cruise control. They can go into like self-fly mode where they can just fly and sleep at the same time. It's so cool. So cool seeing them. I saw them literally on almost every island we went to. It was so cool seeing them. But back to the thing. We take the ferry. I'm just super excited because then I'm running to the signs. And like, you see Atlantic iguanas all over the place. You take a little boat and you get across. We get our van. We start driving through like, now it's starting to turn into like more like more wooded area. Then we get into the jungle, and I'm like, yeah, we're in the jungle now. And it was really cool. Even as we pulled into this sanctuary, you could still see Galapagos tortoises walking the fields. Like they're that big. You could see them like walking in the grass, and then cattle are just like cool with them. And it was like really cool seeing them. So this is where it is on the island of Santa Cruz. And so once we got there, they let us off the bus. Now, they gave everyone else an option to use boats and to wear them around the property. I didn't know this. Once the door opened, I was already out. I was gone. And I just walked around in my sneakers. Now, did they get muddy? Absolutely. Bet your buns they did. I was filthy by the time I left there. Luckily for me, it rained. So this is some of the stuff that I would see. And it was like really cool seeing all these like Galapagos tortoises like literally all over the place. It was like really cool. And like I had so much fun just seeing these guys just out there doing things. Even to the point there was like they had to call me back because they are serving us lunch, and they're like, "Oh, what do you want?" I'm like, "Chicken and rice," and this is what they gave me here. Pretty good. It was pretty good. Good cooks. Food was awesome there. I missed the food so much. And the tortoises were legitimately like everywhere, like just walking around doing their natural thing. And yeah, it did rain at one point, and it wasn't that bad. They even had finches that were just flying around, and that's cool to see. It's cool to see them too. Um, and this is like a comparison of like one right next to me. I'm just like, oh, okay. The thing is, like most people don't realize is that I actually worked with Galapagos tortoise back in my zoo school at the Santa Fe Zoology School. I believe they have two, maybe three Galapagos tortoises. No, I'm pretty sure it's two. No, they have three. They had three. And so the thing is, these guys they move slow, and unless there's a bush in front of them, you don't hear them. Um, so these guys are pretty awesome. And so they even went into the history of like why they're endangered, like all that jazz, which I knew from the top of my head. It's because of us. We're the reason why they're endangered. Pirates would come to the island, take them for food, even though apparently they didn't taste that good. But it is what it is. And also introducing like invasive species such as feral dogs, cats, and goats. The goats eliminated their food source, and goats. So they. I can't talk. The cats and dogs would eat them when they're small, and their shells are like soft, and so that just knocked out their population. So now we got to try to fix it. So this is a small clip of me like witnessing this huge pack of dogs that these people are walking around the perimeter. And I asked like why. I mean, I had an idea, but I wasn't particularly sure. And so I asked him like, why are they doing this? And he's like, oh, it's to help keep the feral animals away from the tortoises and keep them safe. And I'm like, that makes sense because again, wild pigs, feral dogs, cats are all threats to the tortoises. So check this out. So after we were done, like at the sanctuary, we left there, but they also took us to this place. They said, "Does anyone want to go to this underground cave?" I'm like, this guy right here. And so like, they let us off the bus. And I'm about to show you this clip. I'm gonna try to break it down so it's like not so long, but it's pretty long. Like I was just walking for a good minute. So check this out. Oh. Finch. Haha, finch.
Yeah, that's a male. Only the males are black golders.
I think it is. Okay, this is promising. Oh. Oh, we going in the ground. Oh, I'm excited now. That way?
Yeah.
That way?
No, this is not open for tourists. I mean, the tunnel keep going that way, but that's not open for tourists. Not light, not good path. This one is open for tourists.
Momento, a la derecha.
This is cool. Oh yeah, get on my hands and knees for this one. Oh, so he was right. Yeah, we gotta get on our hands and knees. I'll pause it real quick to express that at some point in this case, they did warn us that we would have to like legitimately crawl. Now, I thought he meant like crawling like I did a little second ago. But no, like, I just want you to notice. Just look right here. You see that tiny little space right there? That's legitimately what you gotta legitimately like army crawl. Like you go prone to get through there. Like there are a bunch of 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds. Like there's no way we could do that. Like surprisingly, everyone made it through, and everyone was like, I thought some people would have a problem, but no one had a problem. Like I went through easy, lickety split. But there were some people that took a little while, but we got through it. Anyway, let's keep going. You think you might need help?
No, I can do it.
Woo! It is narrow. Come on in. Did you hit your head? I gotta take a video for Donna.
What video?
This video.
Oh.
How'd it feel getting on your hands and knees like a 38?
I go, it's so short.
You okay, buddy?
I don't know, am I?
Let me see.
You're not looking.
Just keep going now. Oh, I found the way out.
That was awesome.
Whew, that was a lot of walking. So, anywho, after all that happened, we got back on the bus. We had to wait because we beat the bus there, so we had to wait a little bit. Then we get on the bus. He then takes us here to this little spot. It's like a little like tourist little spot. It's like by a beach, but like the beach was closed. And so we ran into some marine iguanas as we were making our way down there. And like I even did a TikTok where I literally recorded almost everything I did, which was like, it was funny. I'll post it up soon. And then we kept walking down the spot. They had a little museum. They had like some historical spots, like some stuff about like the ecosystem, whatnot. Even we saw the like apparently the you ever heard of like this famous Galapagos tortoise? I forgot what his name was, but he basically helped repopulate like the current generation, past generation, the last couple decades of generation of Galapagos tortoises. It was all from him, because at one point there was like not that many males left, and he was only breeding one in like captivity, and they used him to like bring back the population. Hold on. Okay, so his name is Lonesome George, a giant tortoise from the islands of Panta in the northern region of the Galapagos, Argentinos. I'm pretty sure I said it wrong, but whatever. Last known survivor of the Pinto tortoise, because there's different subspecies of tortoises in the Galapagos Islands. Duh. He was considered the rarest creature in the world and became a conservation icon. So they showed us basically his like exoskeleton, like basically his like what's it called? Basically took his body, took all the bones out, took the skin, and they just put it around a uh they basically taxed him basically. Like you ever seen like a deer mount on a wall? Like basically that, but bigger version. I'll show you it. I was saying they wonder if they had it, but they just showing actual pictures of him and who he was. Wait, is that it right there? Yeah. Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah. So they took that and they took it to the Galapagos and put it in a museum, and that's what it was. That's yeah, I saw that in person. Crazy, man. Like they wouldn't let you take any flashes, no photos, nothing, like because apparently it affected like the body. So, yeah. Yeah, I saw that myself. Yeah, I saw that myself. Hold on. Here's a picture right here. Look at that. Boom. Saw it myself. And they had this little like museum where it's like marine animals and whatnot. But then it started getting dark. And then after that, we walked all the way to this area. And I'll show you on the map, like boom, right there. Walked all the way, walked through this whole area. And we were walking to the hotel. Because, boy, it's been a long day. I was tired. Everyone was tired. And everyone just wanted to get to the hotel. But we ran into this spot where like the fishermen were like chopping up fish. And you see all these birds. Of course we stopped to look. I mean, come on. Like, I'm the animal guy. Of course we're going to stop and look. And then this is what happened. Even ass birds. Yeah, ain't nothing left for y'all. Oh my god. So as you can see, all these birds are coming in. They're just chopping up fish, and these birds are just going crazy. And if you recognize some of these birds and like the shape they look, they are none other than frigate birds. These are the closest I ever got to these birds. Like they're literally all over the place. I heard them cooing, cawing, like they were just coming and swooping and just going round and around and around. They were just coming in, just like boom, boom, boom. And as this went down, there was also a seal like on the ground over there. Like I'll play it for you right now. You know, I smelled them before I even saw them. And this is how serious they are. Like as you can see, like I don't know if you can hear, but the guy's telling me, "Oh, no flash, no flash, no flash, no flash." Like they do not want you to touch them. They don't want you to disturb the animals. Leave them exactly where they are. Don't touch them. Don't go near them. I didn't see him. I simply had the flash on so that I didn't step on another one because they're dark. They're big. I don't want to step on one and get bit because I don't know if you noticed. Or any of you know, like what the inside of a seal's mouth looks like. You don't want to get bit by them. It will hurt. I guarantee it. But check this out right here. Yeah, those are the teeth that you'll be dealing with. I don't know about you, but I don't want to mess with those type of teeth. I'm gonna keep my distance, which I did respectfully. Anywho, side note, here's a fun fact. Their teeth turn black and dark brown over time because of the bacteria that lives in their mouths. So the hotel's name was the Grand Hotel Lobo de Mar. Lobo de Mar. It had good reviews, and it's like, I mean, just look at this place. It's right there, and the reviews are pretty good. They're pretty good reviews. After we got there, our stuff was already waiting for us, and like they legitimately had a pool in the middle of the hotel, which I thought was really cool. But it was like ran by like a bunch of kids. Like these kids look younger than me. Like they got out of high school, went straight into there, and most of them spoke Spanish, which I was like, shucks. Like I will never go to a place and not at least know some way of how to communicate because it was such a hassle. Like this one dude, like 3 people in our group knew Spanish. There's one tall white guy named Tim and our guide, and they left us there, and then Donna sent me out to get food for them, which they did. The thing is, they don't have any plastic bags on the island. They don't like give out plastic bags for people to carry stuff in. No, you got to bring your own stuff. So I went to go get food. They just gave me cardboard, no bags. Like no, we have no bags on the island. I'm like, oh boy. And it started raining, so they also said I need to get water too because like you're really not supposed to drink from the I don't like Kudo and like there you're not supposed to drink like the what's it called, the sink like the sink water. You're not supposed to because it'll make you sick apparently because we're not used to it. And so with that, I had to go get water from this guy. And I don't know I know very little Spanish, and so I'm trying to tell this guy I know agua, and I just say cinco agua, and I didn't know how to say how much, and I'm like, and he's like says it in Spanish. I'm like counting my fingers. I'm like, all right. So I was honest. I'm just tired. I was tired all day. So I gave him 20. He would not take it. He would not take the 20. He gave me back the money. That was actually like supposed. It was like apparently $15. So he gave me back like he gave me back a 10 and a 5, and I'm like okay. And then he like gave me a box, and then I said here's a 5 for the box. Gracias, señor. And then I had to run, and it was pouring rain. When I tell you it poured down, I did not stop to record nothing. I'm running back, hauling butt because it's like pouring like hard on my head. And I finally get back to the room. I drop off the food for our friends, and then get the food done, and I eat, and I'm out. And that was the official like end of like the first day in the Galapagos. I was too excited for like what we had for tomorrow. So let's do a quick recap real quick, okay, guys? So guys, that's literally the end of the video. So quick recap. First we got to the airport. Then we took a boat to the mainland, got on a bus. We went to the Galapagos tortoise sanctuary. Went to the cave. Then we went to I don't remember what that part of the beach was called. I'll put it up. And then we got to our hotel after all that. So, okay, I was gonna leave this. This is something that funny that happened that night and also annoying. So it's like what 8-9 o'clock at night, and we're just like settling in at the knockout every channels in Spanish, which I'm not surprised. All of a sudden here, I'm like, me and my aunt Donna look at each other like, what in the world was that? Just something big above us, just boom, hit the floor. I'm like, somebody must have slipped and knocked themselves out. We didn't know what it was, and then we just go to bed. 3 a.m. in the morning, I wake up. I hear there are these kids playing, because downstairs there's like this game area where there's like legit pool, like cue ball, and like that game where you just like twist the balls and you just like hit it like that soccer game, you know, the table one, right? And I hear these kids, they're screaming, they're laughing, they're having a good time. But it's like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, bro, where are your parents? And I'm like, I like lean over. I don't even think Donna remembers this, but I lean over like, Donna, they better be some orphans because there's no way that my parents would ever let me be up in a hotel playing some games at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. She's like, your mother wouldn't allow it. I'm like, shh, not in my house. Oh my God. And you could just hear them. They just wouldn't shut up. And I'm just like, if I knew Spanish, I'd curse them out. I only know I curse in Spanish. But I finally go back to sleep. I wake up the next morning. We go breakfast with everybody. And I'm like, I randomly ask everybody, I'm like, hey, does anyone remember hearing something big just hit the floor? This woman spits her juice out of her mouth. And her son starts laughing so hard. I'm like, what? What's wrong? And he's like, it was my mom. I'm like, oh. I was just like, oh no. I was like truly trying to hold in my laughter because like she was a nice lady. But there were times when she did get on her son, like publicly. Like she snap at him, like openly. I'm just like, it's like those moments where it's like, Okay. I have so much to tell you guys, so much more stuff, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. And hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned, guys. Stay wild.